The games get bigger and better for Coach Karen Self and the Sentinels. The playoffs start today as they take on Winslow. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno. So glad you can join us on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. We are live from John J. McMahon Gym, where Karen Self and the Sentinels, a regular season record of 18-7. They earned the 12th seed in Division 3A. They take on Winslow, a squad that comes in with a record of 5-18 overall, a 23 seed. They are led by double-digit scorer Caitlin Ballone. On the other side for the Sentinels, of course, the tandem. They've been all so good all year. And Carmela Gallardo, an 18-point scorer. And down in the blocks, Mia DiPuccio, a double-digit machine, putting up 17 and 10. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip coming up right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym. Sentinels moments away from tipping off against the Winslow Bulldogs in the play-in round of the 3A tournament. Sentinels coming in a record of 18-7, 6-3 in region play. A team that showed flashes of brilliance, and down the stretch in their last couple contests, they knocked off Globe 87-21, then lost to Coolidge 51-26. Winslow 5-18 overall, 3-7 in region play. They come to town after knocking off Blue Ridge 51-36 and then losing at Alchese 58-38. And now both teams are on the court getting ready to be introduced. But first, we're going to have the school prayer and the national anthem.
Competition and relations with member schools. Tonight's teams are friendly rivals playing in a game representing their schools. We remind you that good sportsmanship is an individual responsibility. Spectator and player behavior should be courteous and reflect the spirit of good sportsmanship. We ask you to cheer for your team and show respect towards your school, the opponents, and game officials. At this time, we ask you to rise and remove your hats for the prayer and the national anthem. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, thank you for the many opportunities you have given us. Thank you for this time to gather in the spirit of competition. Please help these athletes and officials perform to the best of their abilities and keep them free from injury. St. Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton. Pray for us. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
The national anthem and
our guest from Winslow,
school prayer in the books, and now it's
number 11, Ayla
closing in on Winslow and Seton Catholic
number
about
12,
to
Tatum
get things
Henley.
going in this postseason.
Number 20,
Starting lineup for Winslow, number 11, Ayla Curley, a center, a junior. Number 12, Tatum Henley, junior forward. Number 20, Benet Patterson, a senior. Number 25, Amaya Yazzie, a freshman. And number 33, Caitlin Balone. As we mentioned, a double-digit score. Now on the other side for Seton. Starts with Mia DiPuccio, the big girl down in the blocks. Number 12, Sophia McDonald. Number 13, Sofia Barrios getting the start tonight. Number 15, Carmela Gallardo, and number 21, Giovanna Discala. So for Seton, of course, a team that played an ever so tough division in the part of their 3A Central, which was really a chore, playing top ranked teams like Valley Christian, and of course teams like Coolidge that provided very difficult matchups. So Seton is more than ready. Of course, you look at that region, Coolidge was 9-1, Valley Christian 8-1, Seton was 6-3. And we are ready to go as Mia DiPuccio is about to jump this one up. And Mia wins that battle, and Mella gets the opening tip. And we are up and running from Seton Catholic. Sentinels, the 12th seed. Winslow coming to town and looking for the upset, the 23 seed. And a early turnover by the Sentinels. Winslow led by head coach Janine Barton. And now the Sentinels coming out in man-to-man defense. Worked down in the box. Barrios there with DiPuccio, and they tie up Benet Patterson. And they call the foul on Mia DiPuccio. So a quick early foul. You hate to see that from Mia, just a reach-in foul. Off the inbounds, Caitlin Balone. Balone works it outside. They get it to Balone. Good play on the out of bounds. It's going to be a loose ball after a tug of war by Gallardo. DiPuccio. And DiPuccio will shoot a pair. Mia DiPuccio going fast and strong. And the foul will go against Balone. DiPuccio at the line, a 62% free throw shooter. So glad you can join us on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good night last night for the women's volleyball team. Actually, the soccer team knocking off Apache Junction in the first round of the state playoffs. And Mia connects on both. Carmela pressuring the out of bounds. DiPuccio up in the blocks on Balone. Down low, shot is up. Put back, won't go. Loose ball, and that is going to go out of bounds. Ayla Curley gave it a good attempt underneath, but it could not drop for Winslow. Bulldogs and Sentinels. Swung over, Barrios works it back to Gallardo. Inside, DiPuccio getting double teamed. Good defense by the Bulldogs, and it's going the other way. So great recognition and great rotation by Coach Barton's defense. And now it's Balone working the ball up the court. Tries to dump it down. Quick move, and that one is in and out. But a good effort in the paint by Amaya Yazzie. Still Bulldogs ball, fresh 35. Inbounds. It's worked up top. Tatum Henling tracks it down. Swung over, Amaya Yazzie. Now it's Balone with DiPuccio on her. Swung down low, and a good backdoor play, and Ayla Curley puts it in. A 2-2 ball game. So Winslow showing it's not afraid by coming here and playing some good defense. Gallardo. DiPuccio puts it down. And DiPuccio gets called for the travel. So Winslow doing all the right things right now. 2-2 ball game. Balone picked up on the perimeter by DiPuccio. Shot inside, just off the mark by Benet Patterson. Gallardo up the floor. Gallardo blown by Henling, and Gallardo puts it up. Won't go. Pulled down by Patterson. Here comes Balone, middle of the floor. Balone controlling traffic and blocked by DiPuccio. Loose ball scrambled to Scala. It's tied up. The referees for tonight's contest: Joe Thompson, Scott Anderson, and Mike Romero. So checking in for Seton, Sophia Lenartz. Sophia McDonald gets a breather. Carmela Gallardo, tremendous season for the young lady. Has had to handle the bulk of the ball handling, and that area of her game's improved, as well as her mid-range jumper. Everyone knows she can blast it from the outside. DiPuccio. They're going to call the blocking foul against Winslow. Benet Patterson, that's her first. 2 team fouls against Winslow. Off the out of bounds. Barrios will let it go. Barrios can't connect. Bulldogs and the Sentinels struggling here early from the field. Shot is up from the corner. That is off the mark. Gallardo works the middle of the floor. Carmela, couple dribbles. She'll launch it. Carmela just a little too long. Work down the other way. Henling almost lost the handle. Tries to dump it, and DiPuccio comes up with the steal. DiPuccio swings it down. Giovanna, little elbow, and that's off the mark, but Mia is there, and Mia goes up and in. DiPuccio hustling up and down the floor on both ends. A 4-2 Seton lead. Balone handling the basketball oh so well. He gives it up, Henling, and Gallardo comes up with it. Almost a loose ball foul on Curley. Now taken away by Henling. Henling, and then it's given right back, and Gallardo off the punch away by Lenartz. Carmella gets the screen, and Carmella thought about it for a split second. DiPuccio will go strong, and Mia banks it in. Mia with 6 points. He's 6'2", Seton Lee. Under 4 minutes left in the first. So glad you can join us on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Paul Hutchison live stream. Joe Pequeno on the call. Bulldogs working the perimeter. Now Balone with DiPuccio on her. They go down low. Yazzie lost the handle. DiPuccio, she's not afraid. Long strides, Mia. And Mia can't connect on the left side. Balone going the other way. Swings it. And that is pushed in. Good transition basket by Ayla Curley. Curley with 4 points. A 6'4" Seton Lee. DiPuccio handling the basketball up the court. Works it to Gallardo, and Henling on Gallardo. They're going to call a foul. On Tatum Henling. That's her third, the third team foul. Barrios checks out. Sophia McDonald checks back in. Barrios getting better throughout the season. Descala over the head of McDonald. McDonald tracks it down, works it to DiPuccio. Knee up top now, it's worked to Gallardo. And the pass inside. Looking for DiPuccio, gets knocked away. And Seton has to clean up the passes. Winslow well represented here. They brought their fan base, and they're bringing the energy and then some. DiPuccio swings it to Gallardo. Carmella just a little long. Balone with a rebound. She's been all over the glass. That's worked, and the pass inside, and the basket. By Puahea Fava. In transition. DiPuccio, and that is taken away. Bulldogs down the court, and that is going to be thrown away as Gallardo with a good position to block out a potential attempt at the basketball. 6-6 ball game. Winslow doing a nice job rotating on Gallardo and putting pressure on DiPuccio down in the box. Carmella with very little room, and she'll fire it up, and that one's in and out. Carmella has yet to connect. Here come the Bulldogs, and that's taken away by Descala. Descala. And Descala throws it away, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. And Karen Self has got to burn a timeout. And a good timeout for Karen Self and the Sentinels. A moment to reflect, a moment to collect their senses and get things back in order for the Sentinels. As we look at their matchup against Winslow, of course, Seton, a team with all kinds of postseason history. And as we kind of look at this matchup, courtesy of Max Preps, as we continue to scroll down, and we'll check in on that in just a moment. Gallardo, and Gallardo gets bumped out of bounds. And that could have easily been a foul call against number 35, Talon Puahea Fea. So, as I mentioned to Coach Janine Barton, if I butchered that young girl's last name, I'm deeply sorry. So Carmela will go to the line as that is a foul on Puahea Thea Gallardo. Her first points in this one. Carmela at the line. A 60, make that a 79% free throw shooter. Connects on 1 and 2. Balone up the floor. A 7-6 Seton lead. Balone swings it over. Shot is up from the outside, long range, a little too strong from 3. Descala works it to DiPuccio. DiPuccio picked up by Balone. Now it's worked back out to Carmela. Mella into the lane, and Mella just a little too strong. McDonald pulls it down. DiPuccio tracks it down. Fresh 30 as time's winding down in the first. DiPuccio almost lost the handle. Swings it to Carmela, gets the screen. Carmela inside. Descala or Lenartz on the floor. Lenartz loses the handle. And now it's going to be the Bulldogs. And now Carmela comes up with the steal. Carmela, floater won't go. Carmela with a good fake. And Carmela, little elbow, knocks it in. A 9-6 Coyotes lead, and Winslow can play for the final shot. 5 seconds remaining in the first. They go inside and Balone, and that is going to be thrown away. So by no means a pretty first period for Seton, but they do have the 9-6 advantage. Mia with 6 points, Carmela with 3. Ayla Curley with 4, and Talon Puahea Thea with a bucket as well in transition. So as we look at this matchup, and of course Max Preps has been around since 2004, and now Paulo Hutchison is going back into the flux capacitor into time and giving me the latest information. So Seton in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matchups is 1-6 lifetime against Winslow. Their only win came in 2002, a 52-47 victory over Winslow. And the last time they played was in 2007, with Winslow winning 65-48. So there are some things in life you can count on. Sun rising in Arizona. Freddie the Flamingo always on hand. And Paulo Hutchison with the latest facial hair and factual information. A 9-6 Seton lead. Carmela, Mia, Descala, Barrios, McDonald on the floor. For the Sentinels, Balone, as well as Tatum Henling. And the smooth move inside, but it won't drop. Bulldogs keep it alive. Balone fires it up. Can't connect. And that was almost kept alive in the corner. A good effort by Bené Patterson, who's on the floor, as well as Talon Puahea Thea. 9-6 ball game. Bulldogs playing some really good defense. DiPuccio almost lost the handle on the pass, and little floater inside won't go. Balone transition. Balone picked up by Mia, dumped down. Bené Patterson with a good move, won't go. And put back underneath. And they're going to call the foul on Mia DiPuccio. That's her second. And the last thing the Sentinels can afford is having Mia DiPuccio in foul trouble. At the line is Shandon King. King. Limited minutes for the team this year. This is her first free throw attempt and misses on both. So an opportunity goes by the wayside for the Bulldogs. DiPuccio will launch it from three. And Mia just off the mark. Descala outworked by Henley. Balone up the middle of the floor. Balone swings it over to Henling. Carmella with the near steal. Active hands and DiPuccio with the block. Carmella comes up with it. And the putback is up and in. Talon Puahea Thea. 9-8. And a little hustle by the Bulldogs going a long way. They are not afraid and they're coming with a purpose. DiPuccio has to give it up almost at the left side of the key. Barrios, runner won't go. McDonald pulls it down. Sophia in the corner, loses it. Balone up the middle of the floor. 6 minutes left in his first half. DiPuccio on Balone, dumped down. Little turnaround, off the mark. And more hustle by the Bulldogs. And that's a good quality stroke by Caitlin Balone, her first bucket of the game, and a 10-9 Winslow lead. So right now for Seton, second chance opportunities. They're getting beaten by the ball by Winslow. Winslow's just out hustling Seton collectively. DiPuccio fires it up. DiPuccio blocked. Work down the floor. Bulldogs in transition. That one's a little too tough off the glass. McDonald pulls it down. Gallardo and the Sentinels in transition. Carmella. And Carmella will shoot a pair as she works the contact against Bené Patterson. That is Patterson's second. And they're going to say that's the third on Patterson. Gallardo connects on the first. Carmella kind of talked about her at the line. 79% free throw shooter. So this Winslow team, only a handful of wins, and that one spins in and out. Balone moving up the floor. Races through Henling on that left side. And that's going to be a travel call against Allison Holiday. 5:05 left in the second period. A 10-10 ball game. Both teams collectively, a lot of chances. And Winslow, as DiPuccio fires it up, too strong. Henling works it up top. Loose ball, and it's on the court. McDonald and Henling. And Henling will get called for the travel. And a great hustle play by Fia McDonald. 4:48 left. Mella. 10-10 ball game. Mella works it to Mia. Mia up top of the key. Lenartz works it back to Mia. 20 in the shot clock. Mella double teamed immediately. Good defense, and Mella will let it rip, and that's off the mark. DiPuccio comes up with it. DiPuccio with the floater, won't go. Mella gets it back. Work to DiPuccio. Good head fake. Mia, a little floater. That won't drop. Mia relentless underneath. Mia up and in. DiPuccio, a rebounding machine, and then some. And we'll go to the line for the three-point play. And they're going to call the foul against Ayla Curry. That's her first. Mia at the line. 62% free throw shooter. Her mom and dad in attendance. And that is off the mark. 12-10 Seton. Winding down to 4 minutes left. Good head fake. And that's a tough miss at the glass. A tie-up as Talon Puahea Thea with the opportunity and just a little too strong, but the good initial move, a strong move. And for the Sentinels right now, as Giovanna Descala checks back in, it's really about this team hustling as much as they can. Descala, open shot, and that's off the mark. 12-10. Sentinels obviously relying on the big two all season, but in this game against a gritty Winslow team, Sentinels need another score, and that's a good, strong drive. And they're going to call the foul on Sofia Barrios as Talon Puahea will step in the line. Billy Baker from the soccer team is up and close. Puahea, a 49% free throw shooter. She connects on the first. Of course, Billy's team last night, a big victory over Apache Junction, 9-0. They are the #1 seed. And they move on to Saturday's matchup. A loose ball, and Barrios comes up with it and works it over to DiPuccio. 12-11 ball game. Carmela has been spot shadowed by multiple defenders in this one. DiPuccio. Carmela throws that away. Balone. Henling misses at the rim. Carmela. I'm going to call the travel against Carmela. So the active Winslow defense getting back and causing Carmela to lose her footing. Balone off the inbounds. They get it back to Balone. Balone, double-digit score. Henling, good athlete. She loses the handle. Carmela comes up with it. And Carmela will spin and dribble her way out of it. And they could easily call that against Henling. Descala down in the corner. Lenartz works it to DiPuccio. DiPuccio seeing a wave of bodies. Good pass inside, and Descala can't connect, and her and McDonald get locked up. Descala gets called for the travel. 12-11 ball game. And we'll see if Billy Baker will join us at halftime for a halftime interview. Billy is such a charmer, but has a tendency of not wanting to talk on camera. And that's a good move by Puahea. Just didn't drop, and that's the story of this first half. DiPuccio, Carmela gets the screen. Carmela will let it rip from three. Carmela off the mark. Balone, middle of the floor. Balone up the court. Dishes it in the corner. Puahea driving it in. Good, strong basket by the junior. And it's the Bulldogs up 13-12. Under 2 minutes left in this first half. Gallardo. And the call goes against Carmela. And Winslow bringing the energy. They brought their fan base from the White Mountains area. They love their basketball in Winslow. Dumped down, and that is put in by Benet Patterson. And the lead is 15-12. Bulldogs coming to town with a purpose. Only 5 wins on the season. Gallardo, too hard off the glass. Balone with the rebound. Balone up the floor. Balone shoots it to Henling. And Henling, it won't go. But Henling hustles and gets it back. Shot is up from the outside, and that is drilled from 3 by Caitlin Balone. And it's the Bulldogs with an 18-12 lead. This Winslow team, you look at their season. They open with a victory over Chino Valley, lost to Monument Valley, lost to Page, lost to Ganado, lost to Chinley, lost to Window Rock, lost to Tuba City, lost to Campo Verde, lost to Blue Ridge, beat Holbrook, lost to Liberty, beat Durango, lost to Kennedy, lost to Del Sol, St. John's, Sholo, and Snowflake and Holbrook. They beat Alchese, lost to Sholo, lost to Snowflake, beat Blue Ridge, lost to Alchese, and here they are. And most of those teams, a lot of those teams are awaiting their playoff fate. Of course, Alchese, a playoff team, Blue Ridge in the postseason as well. And of course, after the play-in scenario, then things are reseeded with the top 12 waiting for their next matchup. Capuccio trapped up top, swings it to Carmella, work to Descala. Descala, big basket inside, and that is a must. Seton needs a third score to have a chance in this one. 18-14. And the Bulldogs will play for the final shot. Put on the floor, shot is up and contact. Puahea Fea going strong. And the foul will go against Sophia Lenartz, her first. Puahea Fea at the line. 41% free throw shooter. 1 of 2 her first time around. Misses on the first. Strong outing for the junior. Already with 7 points. And misses on both. But tracks it down in the corner. And she'll shoot the elbow, and they're going to call the foul on Puahea Fea. Well, that might have been an out of bounds call on the other side. Sentinel's playing for the final shot. Carmella, she'll have an opportunity, flicks it inside. Descala. Descala knocks it off. Ayla Curley, 3.9 seconds. Descala will inbound it. Look for a catch and shoot with Carmella. McDonald worked over to Carmella. And they bank in, and Descala gets it to go. And a big bucket right before the half, a big one for Seton. Descala coming up big in the final couple minutes with 4 points. And it's a 2-point Sentinels deficit. 18-16. Sentinels led 9-6 after one, and they were outscored 12-7 in that second period. We'll take a short timeout, and we'll see if Billy Baker would want to join us. And Billy is about to come over. Billy, the round man of goodness. And he's about to step in on the mic. Billy Baker of the men's and women's soccer team. And Billy, always so good to see you. And first off, I can't stress enough, tremendous job you've done with both programs. Of course, we knew how good the women were going to be this year. I mean, the goal ultimately from day one, you told me it's gold ball or bust. But on the men's side, a 9-7 regular season. Unfortunately, they lost in the playoffs on Tuesday night, but a tremendous run by the team. Played so well down the stretch, and a lot of great building blocks, and the culture's built there for years to come.
It is. First off, thanks for having me, and the kind words, but those kids are my kids, and the boys, we turned it around. We built that culture, believe in each other, trust each other. We're a family, and team beats individual. So
Billy, at what point with the boys squad this season did you sense that it was starting to turn around and things were starting to head in the right direction?
at tryouts, when we decided to make one team only and make some cuts, they set the tone that we meant business this year, and we needed to build the program from the ground back up.
And we could definitely see everything you instituted early to kind of set the tone for the season, that the bar had to be raised by these young men. And if you were going to come out and play soccer for Seton, it's all about the team and not about the individual. And we saw more of that this year.
That's exactly what it was. And, you get so many people to buy in, and everybody else jumps on board, and it becomes a culture.
And now we talk about the women's squad. Number one, heading into the postseason, just a dynamite year. You have so many skilled players, and they opened the playoffs last night with a 9-0 victory over Apache Junction. Your thoughts on the team not slowing down whatsoever and not being complacent in that first round matchup?
Yeah, we started off slow. I let them know that I was not happy with them. We needed to go in that game like it was a Gilbert Christian or Ben Franklin, and we didn't. We started off like it was Apache Junction, and I let them know vocally, loud. I don't get loud with them very often, and they responded. And we scored at the 35-minute mark, and then we scored 25 seconds later, and from there it was just control the game.
And obviously you kept it in control, and Barrett Padilla gets the shutout. But the thing about Barrett, a tremendous goalie, but when you have the midfielders and forwards that you have, they're basically controlling the game so much, and Barrett's going to have limited opportunities, especially in a game that's so mismatched like last night.
Yeah, we try to get her involved, but she's the centerpiece of the team, right? If we don't let goals in, we can't lose. And we have the firepower to put in 4, 5, 6 goals a game. But yeah, she's the centerpiece of this team.
So when you talk about the firepower, I mean, it's just tremendous. Emma Stoft, Laurel Stoft, her sister, Bujold, who's such a great midfielder who can check anyone's best offensive player. And we saw that late in the season against Gilbert Christian. Jordan Dahl, who's tremendous. I mean, I could go on. I mean, Ella Bruning, who's tremendous as well. I mean, it just seems like, and then you have young players about to step in as well. Defensively, those players don't get enough attention. Of course, you got Davey back there and Fallman as well. I mean, just a tremendous attacking back row. And Billy, with this kind of team, and when you have so much firepower, how fun is it to coach knowing that it could be anyone's moment to shine in the spotlight?
Yeah, we teach each other something. We all learn from each other, and I'm learning all of them. And they all come from different clubs, different club coaches. And I have to, along with my coaching staff, we have to build them and put them together. And we literally have a month to get them to play together. And so their firepower, it's fun to watch. It's fun to coach. And they know I set them, the expectation's high for them. And generally, they achieve it.
So the next matchup Saturday, a noon kick, and I want to see all the students. I want to see the families out there Saturday for a noon kickoff. What a good way, what a great way to spend your Saturday, to watch these amazing young ladies in the second round, and obviously you know the opponent oh so well.
Yeah, having the fans out there, the kids feed off of that. They recognize when there's more than just mom and dad and grandma and grandpa out there. So they feed off of that energy and that vibe. They always let me know, look at the stands, coach. There's so many people there. But our opponent, Push Ridge, we played them earlier this year in the tournament. It was one-sided victory, but that was 6, 7 weeks ago. Who knows what they've done? Get better. Comparing stats, that's what you do as a coach, and they have a 19-goal scorer, a 15-goal scorer, then a 5-goal scorer. But out of all those goals, they only have 10 assists. So where are those goals coming from? Like, how are those goal scorers getting the ball? Are they winning it in the defensive third? Are they winning in the offense? Where are they winning the ball from? So 10 assists doesn't paint the picture for me. So we're going to come out like it's Gilbert Christian. We're going to come out like it's Ben Franklin. And we're going to put the pedal to the metal.
And that being said, Billy, after that first round game, what kind of message did you send to the girls in about elevating the play for each matchup? And not just the play, but just coming out, because look, sports is all about the mental first. You got to come out with the right mind, and about them coming out and raising the bar mentally to start these matchups, because now the games are getting bigger and better, ultimately toward what the preseason ambitions were.
Yeah, we go over, today we went over the game. You know, we reflected on what was good, what did we do good, and what did we do bad, and what do we need to work on. And as coaches, we did the same, and we all hit the nail on the head, and that's what we worked on today in training. You know.
So we are closing in less than 48 hours away from that pitch. And Billy, I know you're not big on personal accolades. It's all about the girls, and rightfully so. But if I had a vote, and I don't, I wish I did. I could vote in the general election for the United States, but I don't have any kind of say in the 3A voting for Coach of the Year. I mean, it's hands down, and you could easily win it on the girls' side, but I think for what you did on the boys' side speaks even more for where the team was, where it is now, and where it's going. You had those young men buy in, and they were all about the team. There was no me and team whatsoever, and you saw everything elevate, and the young men really starting to buy in and believe.
I appreciate those words. But like you said, I don't do that. I don't coach for those accolades. I don't care. I don't want to be in the spotlight. I don't want the accolades. It's for the kids. You know, if you want to give something, give it to the kids. They're the ones who do it. I'm just out here making sure and supporting them and getting them ready. I don't do it for that. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for any. I do it for the kids and the love of the sport.
That is Billy Baker. Charming, amazing coach, and a tremendous person, and always kind, always gentle, always sincere, and a pleasure to be around. Billy Baker, the fine coach of the Seton Catholic soccer teams. Of course, his team back at it Saturday at noon right here on campus, taking on Push Ridge. 12 o'clock kick, and for all the Seton fans out there, make it out and watch these young ladies. This tremendous squad with the #1 seed coming into the postseason look to extend their season and continue on the path of trying to win the gold ball. Short timeout. We're back at it. Second half, less than a minute away. So here we go, second half underway. Sentinels back on the floor. Barrios, McDonald, Descala, DiPuccio, as well as Gallardo. On the other side, Caitlin Balone, as well as Puahea Fea. And that is thrown away. Ayla Curley also in, as well as Amaya Yazzie and Tatum Henling. And Henling got away with a bump right there early. Gallardo inside of DiPuccio. DiPuccio misses underneath. And Balone rips it away from McDonald. Balone fires it down court. Good first step toward the basket. McDonald gets it, gets tied up, and works it to Carmella. And right now the Sentinels, they need every second chance basket possible. And Mella works her way through traffic, and they're going to call the foul on number 33, and that is Caitlin Malone. That's her second, or according to John, who runs the scorers table, he says it's one, but I got it at 2. Descala, and that was very close to a violation. Descala, point blank. McDonald gets tied up. And it's going to be Seton ball. And they're going to call the foul on Tatum Henling, her second. Descala off the inbound. Seton down 18-16. And that is off the head of Henling, off the inbounds pass. Sentinels have got to clean things up. This Winslow team, not afraid. Carmella from the outside, that's off the mark. Pulled down by Amaya Yazzie. Malone down the floor. Transition, and that's going to be, looked like that was going to be a travel call, but instead she did hold her footing. And a good basket by Ayla Curley. Gallardo works it, or attempts to work it to DiPuccio, knocked away by Curley. 20-16. This Winslow team, they've brought their fan base and then some. There's more Winslow fans here than Seton fans. Barrios almost traveled. DiPuccio strong. DiPuccio misses underneath, and Mia tries to track it down and loses it on the baseline. 20-16. Minute and a half has spun off this third period. Winslow with a 4-point lead. Seton 1-6 lifetime. Good defense by the Sentinels. DiPuccio works it to Gallardo. Carmella directing traffic. Henley's done a nice job on Carmella. DiPuccio with a Euro step, drops it. DiPuccio now with 9 points, a 2-point game. Good dribbling by Tua Heafea. And a good move, strong, off the glass and in by Amaya Yazzie. Yazzie with the bank, her first bucket of the game. A 4-point Winslow lead. Carmella. High screen from DiPuccio. Swings it to Descala. Descala almost knocked away. DiPuccio inside. Amongst traffic. And Gallardo and Henling in a battle. And right now, Mia DiPuccio is seeing 2 or 3 bodies every single time. Sophia Lenartz checking in. Barrios checking out. Esmeralda Lanigan not in for the Sentinels. She's out with an injury. Sophia McDonald dumped inside. DiPuccio. That's high off the glass. Lenartz won't go. Descala banks it off the glass, won't go. To a Heafea to Henling. Henling wisely tries to pull it out. Gallardo comes up with it. DiPuccio the other way. Mia can't connect from 10 feet out. And Pua Heafea. And they're going to call the foul on McDonald. That's her first. 22-18. Sentinels in a tough first round matchup. Sentinels coming in to this one with the 12 seed, Winslow the 23 seed. Sentinels 18-7, Winslow 5-18. Malone tries to work inside, off to a Heafea. Work to DiPuccio. Mia and Carmella, the bulk of the ball handling has fallen on their shoulders. Worked inside, DiPuccio, strong, and Mia banks it in. Sentinels pull within 2. Winding down to 4 minutes left in the third. Tua Heafea swings it outside to Henling. Tua Heafea works it to Balone. Balone will try to go back door to Ayla Curley, and that's out of bounds. Good defense by the Sentinels. 4:01 left. Winslow, well represented. Fan base, gotta love them. They have made their way here, and then some. Sentinels playing in their gym, but it's almost like a home crowd for Winslow. Capuccio gets the screen, but Winslow does a nice job fighting it off. Capuccio tries to fire it from within 10 feet. Balone down the floor looking for Patterson. Capuccio comes up with it. Carmella on the break. Carmella up and in. And we are tied at 22. Carmella with 6 points. 22 all. On the other end, Bulldogs, Balone, and Balone. Foul by Capuccio. Balone at the line. Will shoot a pair. A 41% free throw shooter. And misses on the first. Balone so far kept in check, only 5 points, but has done a tremendous job handling the basketball. This Winslow team, you think to yourself, they only have 5 victories, but with the schedule they've played a lot of playoff teams, and they're better than their record indicates. 1 point lead, Carmella being tracked down. Piscala shoots it up top. Now in the ball game, Emmy Hall. Balone swings it over. Back to Balone. Balone up and in. Sentinels with the turnover leads to a basket. Emmy Hall getting minutes. Not a good start. And good ferocious defense by Kira Barton, a junior forward who's pressuring Gallardo. They try to dump it down to Puccio, and Tua Heafea takes it away. Under 3 minutes left in this third period. Barton swings it outside. Tua Heafea puts on the floor. DiPuccio guarding her. And that's a travel call right there. And along the way, Mia's got to be very, very careful. She's got 3 fouls, can't afford to foul out. And the 2 seniors working their way up the floor. Carmella, high screen, and Mia's lucky she did not get called for a moving screen. Tua Heafea, transition. And that is knocked away. Good defense by Winslow. Leonards and Barrios checking back in. McDonald and Emmy Hall checking out. Inbounds, Tua Heafea. Tries to get inside. On the other end, shot won't go. The Scala comes up with it. And they're going to call a reach-in against Balone. And John has Balone at 2 fouls. I've got her at 3. 25-22 as the student section. Alive and kicking. Worked in the corner. Carmella finally knocks down a 3. It had to come sooner or later, and we're tied at 25. Big shot, Gallardo, whose game has evolved so much, handling the basketball so much this season. The drive, and That's off the mark. And the putback by Amaya Yazzie. Yazzie with 4 points. 27-25. Carmella, high screen. Pressured, and that is going to be a foul on Bologna. And that's going to be her third, but in my book, I've got it as 4. So right now, Bologna is still in the game. Good opportunity for Seton to work right at her and get her in foul trouble. Carmella, another 3 attempt. Carmella dazzling from the outside. 28-27. Mella with consecutive threes. Henling, other side. Henling won't go. DiPuccio is there. Mia up the floor. Mella red hot. Down the court, Bologna. Off Bologna, and the Sentinels with 28 seconds on the shot clock, a 4.9, make that a 5.9 differential on the game clock. 33.9 seconds left on the game clock. Descala's got to find a good inbounds. And ball gets tipped to Puccio. Mia works it out. Carmella, and Carmella got away with a carry. And she gets it back to Puccio up top. Mia driving. Works it to Descala. Descala gets called for the travel in the corner. And the Bulldogs have the final shot here in the third period. 13.6 seconds left. And they work it with Ayla Curry. Henling to Ahea puts it on the floor. To Ahea goes strong. And the Bulldogs take the lead going into the fourth. 29-27 to Ahea with 10 points. And it's a 1-point Winslow lead. But the good thing for the Sentinels, Carmella, 8 points in that third period. She has come alive. 12 for the game, and Mia with 12 points. So it all comes down to this. Sentinel season on the line, being pushed by this gritty Winslow team that has brought its fan base. They just packed a couple of Greyhounds or loaded up the cars, and they got everyone here. A big support group here. And now we begin the fourth and final period. Bologna, Henling to Ahea, as well as Amaya Yazzie and Ayla Curry, McDonald, Barrios, Descala, DiPuccio, as well as Carmella Gallardo on the floor. Descala almost comes up with the steal. To Ahea, can't connect, and that's going to trickle out of bounds. 29-28. Sentinels looking to extend their season against this pesky Winslow team. DiPuccio up top. Mia driving, pull up, and Mia can't get the roll. McDonald, Yazzie outworks her underneath. Final frame from Seton Catholic. Sentinels 6-2 at home this year. Worked inside, Bologna, and they're gonna call the foul, looks like. They're gonna call the foul. And the scorer's table has a foul because There's no 16 for the Sentinels, as probably the foul is going to be on Sophia McDonald, or make that Carmella. So we got the foul situation all settled. We appreciate everyone watching online. Tuahea can't connect. Loose ball. Tuahea comes up, and Tuahea. And if that's a foul against Mia, that's going to be her 4th. Nope, that's going to be on Carmella. That's Carmella's 3rd. Tuahea at the line. 2 of 4 at the line so far, and she gets that one to drop. She's got 11 points. 30-28. Janine Barton, the head coach of Winslow. And Tuahea drops them both. She's got 12 points, a 3-point lead for Winslow. Sentinels led 9-6 after one, trailed 18-16 at the half. 29-28 Winslow. Carmella knocks down another 3. Mella, red hot. 3 threes in the second half. We're tied at 31. Almost thrown away, kept alive by Bené Patterson. And how about the runner by Bené Patterson? Right back at the Sentinels. 33-31. 2 storied basketball programs really putting up a fight in this one from John J. McMahon Gym. High screen. Barrios inside of DiPuccio. Mia works it back out. Descala will fire it up. And that one's in and out. Balone with the rebound. McDonald giving chase. Tuahea into the lane. A little too strong as DiPuccio comes up with the rip. Carmella shoots it down. Descala almost fouled by Patterson. They work it to Mia. Gets the screen from McDonald. Mia, a couple dribbles. Carmella, 18 on the shot clock. And Carmella has to reset from the top of the key. Now works it to Mia. 10 on the shot clock. DiPuccio gets away maybe with a travel and knocks it in. 33 all. A back and forth slugfest. Tuahea. Little spin move. Balone won't go. Carmella racing up the other way. Now the Sentinels can take the lead. Carmella works it to DiPuccio. She'll fire up a 3. And Mia a little too strong. Patterson boxed out. Tuahea comes up with it on the other side. Tuahea as Descala comes out. Curry guarded by McDonald. And it's going to be a foul on Gallardo in the corner. And that's going to be the 4th on Carmella. 4:58 left, and now Mia and Carmella are in foul trouble. Not a good sign for the Sentinels. Balone knocks down the first. Balone at the line. She'll shoot 3, and so far coming up big on the first 2. 35-33. And misfires on the 3rd. 35-33. DiPuccio and Gallardo have to be very careful. They have to almost be non-existent defensively, and that's going to be a foul on Sophia McDonald. 35-33 is Karen Self trying to motivate her squad. Under 5 minutes left. Balone, the steady force, the junior. Tuahea in the lane, fires it up, won't go. Henling gets it back. Balone thought about it for a split second. Tuheafea, couple dribbles. Now has to give it up. Works it to Henling. 10 on the shot clock. Henling. And Henling loses the handle. Loose ball and timeout on the floor. A good timeout by Janine Barton. And that was a close one because that was bordering whether Winslow even had possession. And they just had it in time, and Barton quickly called for the timeout. 4:16 left for the Sentinels, foul trouble. DiPuccio and Gallardo. 4 apiece. And on the other side for Janine Barton, her team, you gotta wonder what the score would be like for Winslow if they just made some of their shots from point blank range. Good crowd on hand watching. Appreciate everyone dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Balone in the lane, off the mark. DiPuccio with a rebound. Sentinels down a bucket, plenty of time. And DiPuccio and Gallardo once again have to walk a fine line. Gallardo will fire it up, and Carmella. Balone over the back. Yazzie works it out. Up top, shot is up, won't go. DiPuccio, strong underneath. Carmella works it to Mia. Mia going in strong. And they're gonna call the foul on Tuheafea. And that's her third. Non-shooting. Tuheafea staying in. 3:37 left. Gallardo off the inbounds. Sophia Lenart's in the game. Sophia with the dribble. Carmella lost the handle. Tuheafea. The Sentinels almost had a chance to get it right back into Scala. And they call a tie-up as Balone gets banged up a little bit. 3:24 left. Winslow, the 23 seed, having Seton on the ropes, the 12 seed. The playing game line from John J. McMahon Gym. Now the Sentinels student section. Carmella. And they're going to call the foul on Tatum Henling. And she's got 3 fouls. 3:10 left, fresh 35. DiPuccio swings it over Mella, and Henling right in her mug. They dump it down to DiPuccio, the bad pass to Tuheafea, racing up that right side. Tuheafea works it to Henling, DiPuccio on Henling. Mia's got to be careful, as well as Mella. Can't afford the bad reach in. Tuheafea off the mark. Lenartz with the rebound. DiPuccio in the back court. And that's going to be a foul on Ayla Curley. That's Curley's third. So now the fouls are piling up on both sides. John, the veteran scorekeeper, keeps it all in check. Winding down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds in this one. Great defense by Winslow, constantly rotating on DiPuccio and Gallardo. Now McDonald tried to set a screen, Henling right on her, and easily a foul on Henling. And Henling didn't like the call, but she brought the elbow to the back, and that's a no-brainer right there. And they should go right back at Henling, who's looking like she's about to come undone. DiPuccio with Curley on her. Mia. Descala fires up a jumper. That's a little too strong. Lenartz comes up with it, works it to DiPuccio. Taken away by Curley. Curley on the break. Curley Misfires. But right there is Henling. Tuahea. Great hustle play by, and Mia's got to be careful, as well as Carmella. Yazzie working her way underneath. And Yazzie off the glass and one. The big shot drops. Amaya Yazzie. 37-33. Just worked her way in, and we got a timeout on the floor. And the Sentinels with a $1:47 to think this one through. Coach Karen Self and the team to get to this point. A record of 18-7, 6-3 in region play. Bulldogs 5-18, 3-7 in region play. It was 9-6 Sentinels after one, 18-16 Winslow at the half, 29-28 Winslow after three, and the Bulldogs up 4. And the big thing right now for Seton, take care of the basketball. Of course, their windows of scoring, as it's been all season, it's been Mella and Mia. But right now, they just have to take care of the basketball. And at the line for the three-point play is Yazzie, who came up big. Can't stress enough, Sentinels have got to hustle for every loose ball. Right now, they're being outworked by Winslow. Yazzie at the line. 42% free throw shooter. And knocks it down, comes up big there for the three-point play. 38-33. Sentinels running out of time. Need a good offensive possession and some stops. Mella in the lane, little floater. That won't go. Balone with the pull down. Balone swings it over to Tuahea. Tuahea swings over to Henling on the right side, and they'll work it back out. Mella can't afford to foul, she'll foul out. But Descala can. Almost a steal by Gallardo. Tuahea, DiPuccio has to be careful as well. Sentinels can't afford to reach in. And Tuahea banks it in. 40-33. Winslow. And now the Sentinels have to start thinking about some threes. DiPuccio with Curley on her. Worked inside. Lenartz. Descala fires it up. Off the mark. McDonald outworked. Alone with the rebound. And McDonald fouls Amaya Yazzie with 30.8 seconds left. And we got a full timeout by the Sentinels. And the Winslow fan base, that's come a long way. They are loud and proud. They've done a great job defensively. They have scouted Seton well. They've rotated on Carmella. They've rotated hard on Mia as well. They've not made life easy for the 1-2 punch. And along the way, they've gotten outstanding efforts. Tuahea with 14 points. Caitlin Balone with 10 points. Amaya Yazzie with 7. Ayla Curry with 6. For the Sentinels, DiPuccio with 14. And Carmella with 15 points. Descala with 4. 40-33. At the line is Amayazi, who knocked down a free throw just a short time ago on the three-point play. And it's not a one-on-one situation. So Yazzie trying to make this an extra possession and comes up big. Sentinels can't afford. Time's winding down. They need points. Mello will let it go from three. Thought about for a split second. Mello's got to let it fly, and she does right there, and she'll shoot 3 free throws. And that's going to be on Henling. And Henling has fouled out. So they don't call the foul on. So Henling is out. Henling has fouled out. And Mella's at the line. Every free throw paramount. Knocks down the first. Benet Patterson back in for Winslow. What an incredible win this would be for the Bulldogs that have suffered through and labored through such a tough season. And an opportunity to extend their season outside their zip code. Mella misses, and just how almost fitting, it's Winslow with the extra effort coming up with the loose ball. 12.4 seconds left as Yazzie will go to the line. Sentinels offensively really challenged by this Winslow team early. As Yazzie connects. Now with 8 points. She's been big, and it's 1 of 2. Mella's got to fire it up. No time. Mella lets it go, and that's going to be off the mark, and there's 0.4 seconds left, and that's going to do it for Winslow. It's basically the inbounds, and that's it. And that does it. And Winslow comes to town and takes down the Sentinels 42-34. A gritty effort, and now some of the emotions are letting loose for Seton. Mia DiPuccio. I've had the special privilege and honor to cover her as a freshman. Now the tears coming down from Mella as well, and Winslow, a hard-fought, gritty game. They came with a purpose, and they got it done. Sentinels finished their season 18-8, while for Winslow, they're now 6-18 and will await their playoff seeding. And the next round begins on February 17th. So a great victory for Coach Janine Barton and her squad. And for Coach Karen Self and the Sentinels. They are on their way to the locker room, and an emotional one for Karen Self. Having Mia DiPuccio since her freshman year, Carmela coming over in her sophomore campaign, and the Sentinels lose 42-34. And now the arena is slowly filtering out as the team will think about some missed opportunities here today. Paul Hutchinson, as always, a tremendous job on the live stream. Can't do it without him. All the good people here at Seton Catholic, Jim Shoebridge, Jen Hutchison, as well as a newcomer, Amanda Kish, in the athletic department. An incredible trio that provides so much love and energy in the athletic department. Of course, Victor Cerna and all the great people and the administration of this fine institution that allow us the opportunity to showcase all these great athletes. Sentinel season comes to an end, losing in the playing game to Winslow, 42-34. The men, they are in action tomorrow night. We're going to dial up Carter Aby's team quickly before we check out. Carter and his squad fought through a tough regular season and found their way getting into the playoffs. And they are suiting up tomorrow night on the road. And maybe for them, that's how they'd like it. They'd like to be in an environment outside, maybe their arena, to recapture their focus. And trying to get it for you right here. As I work my way through Max Preps, which has all the schedules and then some. So we work our way into the 3A region. Apologize about the hesitation here. So we're gonna have to do this off my phone because I'm getting blocked on the outside. So bear with me quickly. Women are in action, taking on Push Ridge and soccer in the 3A quarterfinals on Saturday at Michael Eubank Stadium. You should make it out there for that. And the men, the basketball team, as we work our way into the magic of Max Preps. So the boys play the Push Ridge squad at Push Ridge on Friday, and the girls play on Push Ridge on Saturday here at Michael Eubank Stadium. So there you go. Apologize about the delay on that. Once again, Paul Hutchinson, tremendous on the live stream. I'm Joe Pequeno. Tough night for ladies. Their season comes to an end. Karen Self and the ladies lose in the playing game to Winslow. Everyone take care and have a tremendous weekend. And go Sentinels.